What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now, we're sitting at $34,900. We're up about 3% on the day. What I want to do is take a look at the weekly time frame, and we're going to get all the way down to the hourly time frame, get you some good detail here, guys. And what I did, I went into the block, and I put some support and resistance areas based on addresses for us. So we're really going to keep an eye on those as we map out what we potentially could do from these levels here. So if you get something from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's always appreciated. And let's dig into this. So first of all, guys, really important for us, we've reclaimed the 200-week moving average, and we've reclaimed the 200-day moving average. So that's what we wanted to see. The next thing here, guys, we're looking at a potential retest or a potential test of $36,500. And according to Into the Block, this is a potential big area here of overhead resistance. We're going to look at that, and then $40,000. So there's going to be the two areas that we're looking at next to the upside. Now to the downside, if we start to get some retracement, we would like to see $32,000 hold, and this was previous resistance that we broke up through. We would want to hold this as support. So that's what we're going to be looking at here, guys. And if you are in a position, not financial advice, I would continue to just hold. I think one of the worst mistakes that you can make is looking at a relative strength and just saying, because it's so strong on the relative strength, or we're up in the 70s, or we're up in the 80s, I need to sell. As what you really want to do is watch these moving averages, watch the candles, and make sure that the trend is still at your back. And right now we're in an uptrend. So if you're in those positions, you want to continue to let them ride, get as much as you can out of your trade or your dollar cost averaging that you've been doing. That's just my opinion. I've done it before, guys, where I've caught a nice move. The relative strength is up high on the daily. I sell off, it moves sideways, it consolidates in time, then it makes another move to the upside. So I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but I'm just telling you, I wouldn't panic. I would stay in my positions, and I would just continue to let this ride. That's not financial advice. If you're not in a position, what I would look for, guys, is a retest here of this $32,000, see if that's able to hold, and then it would be a retest of the 200-week moving average, which would put you right around $28,700. And then you can see down in this range here, guys, we have a very strong order block, and that's going to put you from 25.2 down to around 22,000 in terms of support. Next, I want to take a look at the daily time frame. So daily time frame, what we have for our order blocks here, guys, it's showing major resistance right up here, and this is going to be at $40,000 if we're able to get up to that. First, we got to get through this 36.5 right now. If we're taking a look at the relative strength, guys, we right now are up to about 88 on the relative strength. So like I said, guys, you got to watch that, because sometimes you can just really consolidate in time, move sideways, cool things down before you get that next move to the upside. But right now, trading up above our 50, we're up above our 200. You can see our green order block is going to put you on the daily back down around that 28.6. So guys, if you don't have a position, what I would patiently be waiting for is that 32,000, see what we do at that level, and then it'd be down around that 27.4. But as long as on the daily we are trading up above that 200-day moving average, that's what you want to see. Next, we're going to take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame, we're getting into one of our red order blocks here, and we're testing the previous day high right here. So that's what we would need to get over top of, guys, and that would be roughly about 35,586 would be the break. In terms of our order block to the downside, it's having us try to find support at 33,147 with an average price of $32,300. Relative strength on the 4-hour is going to put you right at about 80. Right now, holding the 50 and the 200. So everything's looking good there. Really strong move. We had good volume coming in. So that's looking good. If we get into the hourly time frame, as you can see again here, guys, just really getting ready to test this prior day high. Really keep an eye on prior day highs and prior day lows. So we had support coming in there at $33,650. Next overhead resistance we look up to, guys, is that 36,428. Relative strength is going to put you right around 70 right now. So everything's really been looking good for Bitcoin, guys. One thing that I do like to do, and this is if I'm just going to day trade Bitcoin, I like to look, and we'll get into the 5-minute time frame. You can do this on altcoins as well. So whenever there's a really big outsized move, something like this, a good entry many times is when you pull back and you retrace into about the 30 down to 25 on the relative strength. So after a big move, and Dan from the chart guys, he calls this a 5-minute oversold back burner. And it's one thing that I've really learned from him, and I've been successful with it before. So all shout out to him for creating it. but I want to share it with you guys. So after you really have that big outsized move, you look for that first 5 minutes. So right here would be a 5 minute, guys. And that would have put us right down around 33,721. We had a nice bounce up on that play, and that could have taken you to almost $35,000. So there was a nice little move in itself. And this is just if you're trading. The next one we had here, guys, and typically you just want to look for that first one, but the next one that we had right here, there's still another little scalp in that area. But if you ever miss that first big move, look for that first oversold condition, so 30 to 25 on the relative strength, and many times you'll get that continuation and move to the upside. And right now, what we can even look at, guys, if we're taking a look at Bitcoin, we've been consolidating in time here. We really haven't retraced a ton in price. So just really moving sideways. We're going to see if we can get over top of this 35,200. It's going to be our order block, and then we look up to around that 36 if we can get the break. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.